Okay. Okay. Can you hear me and see me? Those two things are pretty important. Let me know if you can hear me and see me. And we're going to start once you give me the go-ahead on that. I don't know why these overwing doors are open. Hope everybody had a good week as well. Can you hear me and see me? Let me know. Pops is in here. Hey, Pops, what's going on? Hopefully you can hear and see me. We're going to get this show on the road shortly. Let's give me a 5x5 and we be good to go. I'm going to go ahead and do a quick align while I'm waiting for the confirmation here. We are in the 800 today, which is nice. It's our first 800. We're going to try it. Haven't flown the airplane yet. 5x5. All right, Pops, thank you. Hope all is well with everyone checking in. If you're checking in, feel free to check in on the chat. That'll help me see who's here. And if you're new to the channel, you want to know what we're about, it's pretty simple. You want to do things right, learn something along the way, you've come to the right place. That's what we're about. So we're going from BNA to MSY, and we're just actually going to do a quick fix on this thing. I'm going to just drop it right in there. How about no? What did I do wrong? Yeah, MSY. All right, so it's probably because, yeah. I know I did that, so let me go ahead and just plug this in here. I know why. We'll just do it old school today. That's no problem. It's not that big of a deal. Hopefully you've had a great week. We'll get that in there. It looks like BNA is reporting it's Nashville, Tennessee, 150 at 4. They're using runway 20 center. There's the approach is 20 right and use, departing runway 20 center. That's probably what we're going to use. So we're going to go departing 20 center, and we'll plug that in right there, and we'll put in the Drury 3. I'm going to drop that in there, and Jalar transition. We're going to go right to MEI, then Rhythm 4. This is a quick flight, folks, all the way down to New Orleans. Rhythm 4 via the MEI transition. Probably going to, I don't know what runway it is. We'll get that airborne. Activate it, execute it, go to the performance initial, and our zero fuel weight, it's looking like a 127.9er. 127.9. We are in the 800. This is our first 800 flight, so we're going to see how the 800 goes today, and then we'll go from there. How's that? Reserve fuel, 5,000, no more than that. We're going to cost index at 40, and we'll drive that up there. Looks like 380 on the cruise altitude today, and we are going to plan with 15,000 straight out of here. Clear that, clear that. All right. 310 at 35 up at altitude. 310 at 35. We'll plug that in there. And don't know yet on the, well, I do know that, so I'm going to set that up right now. We're going to go negative 50 degrees. By the way, Coastal Airways, we had a great first week, great launch. I believe we're looking for, I think, one more slot, one or two more slots. So if you haven't got your app in, get your application in to Coastal. You'll need at least, we're looking at least a 200 VATSIM hours. So if you're a little low on VATSIM, start flying on VATSIM in Southwest. Get your hours up there a little bit. We want you to be comfortable. We don't want you to be uncomfortable when you fly for us, because that would just be bad. But we had a really good week. Like I said, we're looking for two more, and that's the end of it. We're going to shut it down. Shut hiring down, at least, for the time being, until we need more pilots. So that's, again, different from other virtual airlines in the sky. We don't keep hiring. We shut, just like Real Thing. We shut the hiring down. We go through training pool. We get our pilots worked out, and then we see if we expand. If we expand, then we hire. Pretty neat. SS, what's up? How are you? Hope you're well. And what? Let me ask you a question. What sim do you fly? I know you said you didn't have a lot of sims, and I was wondering, what sim did you have? All right. Let's show you what's going on here. We're getting the passengers boarded. We got, look at this. We got this A320 sitting right here. We got another airplane taking off. Cool. I got to get the AIG on this aircraft. I don't have it yet, so You'd have to excuse me. Okay. Virtual performance tool is going to tell us. We're going to select a new airframe. We're going to do an 800 with winglets. This is an SBF, so it's a short field package. And we are going to pull in this is carbon 26 FAA. Alrighty then. So once that's in, let's go ahead and log in all that good stuff. Once we get the payload up, we're going to be going. Passenger load today is 168. So this aircraft is bigger than the 700, what we normally fly. And we're looking at 1450, 1848. So 1450 in the front, 1848 in the rear. Nice and light, 1848. It's a light aircraft right now. 0 fuel weight, 128.4. What did I have? 127.9. That's pretty good. I mean, that's pretty accurate, I think. We're going to go ahead and reflect that and then execute. All right, so looking at a gross weight of 140, 143 for 143, just 400. Now I'm putting this in my performance tool just to see where we got. We got our Mac at sitting, our CG. I just need to know the CG. 18.8. 18.8. We're going to click execute. I'll calculate all of our stuff. I've got to actually log in BNA here first. Runway 20 center is going to be the departing runway. Let's go ahead and reset that. Let's see if I can get it to work. I can't. The METAR is down. It looks like it's dry conditions. The winds 1504. 150/4. We're done there, and we're looking at a 26 degrees Celsius. That's 79 degrees Fahrenheit, by the way. 30.13, and lastly, we're going to go 26,000 max optimum auto off and off, and let's click calculate. See what it got. Giving us a cell temp at 49 degrees, so we're going to set that up. Previous page. Actually, on the index. Go N1 limit, and we're going to go 49 degrees. This might drive. Oh, it doesn't. Okay. Flap is 1. I'd rather do a flap 5 takeoff on this aircraft. This is an 800, so I'm going to actually reset that to flap 5. I'm going to force it. Flap 5. Calculate. Here we go. 67 on the cell temp now. And the reason why I'm doing that is you get better tail clearance in the 800. You see how it dropped all the way to climb 2 on that one?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard. This is your flight attendant speaking.
It's a little more. So we got 140, 141, 143. So it's much different than we have. I'm going to put 135 in here because I like a lower VREF. Excuse me, a lower V1 speed. 141, 137, that's a little different. We're going to use 141. And then I'm going to go 143. That's a little off.
If you're in an emergency exit row, please read
like
the exit safety
way off.
responsibilities
5.5
in
on the
card
trim, that's
and
right.
back in front of
So let's
you.
go ahead and set
If
the
you're
trim.
not able to comply with these actions, please let a flight attendant know so that way you can
Israel, what's up? Hello from
Now's the
Costa
time to
Rica.
get out
Thibs,
any
what's up, man?
last-minute text
How are
messages
you?
if you need to, but we ask
Hope
that
you're
once
well.
you depart from the gate, you put away any laptops or tablets. Thank you, and welcome aboard.
Welcome aboard. That's right. All right. We're going to do a full check here. That's good. That's good. Mach overspeed. Stall warning. Stick shaker. That looks good. PSEU light is off. That's good. That's good. Coming down the chute. Coming up here. Fuel pumps. I'm going to turn them all on. We're going to get ready to get the heck out of here right now. Seatbelt sign on. I'm going to throw this seatbelt sign on. And then we're going to come back up. Window heat is on. A's are off. B's are on. Trim is on. Coming down, everything actually looks good. I don't know why the packs are on. They should be off. We have the AP. We have the external air on. I'll throw that to auto. All right, we're going to climb with an altitude approximately. Cruise altitude today. Ooh, that's not going to work, Jason. I'm going to have to redo that. This panel is not going to work. So I'm going to have to drop it down a little bit more because I can't see my landing altitude. Do you see that? There we go. So I might have to just kind of sneak over here like this, come up a little bit, and just get that. That'll work better. Anyway, Flight altitude today is 38,000. It's a quick flight, folks, about an hour once we're airborne. I'd say about an hour and 25 minutes when we're done. Landing altitude's like -10. I'm kidding. It's just 4. It's New Orleans. It's almost underwater. That's what we're saying here, right? Okay, let's go and check up things. We'll go ahead and clear this. And our altitude 3001 was it? 3013. Nice and high pressure here. Beautiful. Beautiful day for a plane ride, or an airplane ride, folks. It's really gorgeous out here. The weather is fantastic. Couldn't ask for any better weather. It's just severe clear. Nothing really going on. It's fantastic. So I think you guys are in for a treat. We're going to go ahead and see New Orleans when we land. New Orleans has got some really cool scenery, and we'll check that out. It's going to be a lot of fun. Stand by for that. All right, runway 20 center southbound. We're going to be taking the Drury 1. Let's just figure this out. It's pretty much straight out. Straight out. That's what we're going to do. So I'm going to set my course to 200, basically. We'll get that down to 200 degrees. There we go. We're going to set this on. Coming across here. 130. What did we say on a V-speed? I didn't write it down. 47. I do have to write it down. I'm going to write it down. How's that? 147, folks. Who else is checking in? VRAF Simmer, what's going on, buddy? We've got you scheduled. We got you scheduled, I believe, this week coming up, right? Thursday, if I'm not mistaken, for Coastal, which is fantastic. Top altitude is the Music City. That's right. I wish there was scenery here. That's the only problem I don't like. It's like there's no scenery here. Somebody's got to do it. I know they're working on it, but man, this is, that in Baltimore should be done already. I mean, Baltimore is fantastic, and I don't know, it's a huge airport for Southwest. I don't know why nobody's done it yet. That's crazy. Okay, 200, 147, 307. Nope, that's not going to work. We got to go to the heading of 200 degrees-ish, give or take. I'm super excited. We had a really good turnout at Coastal. We hired a couple of pilots already. And we have one folk, he's through the ground school already. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, man, that's quick. And he just flew through that ground school, which is awesome. It really is good. I was shocked. And then I just filmed 402 last night, so I got 402 done. I'm working on it, right? It's, and I'll get you your stuff here when we land. Okay, buddy. I'm going to check that overhead. I've got to give him the FOM and all that stuff when we land because he's done with ground school so fast. 300 is going to slow him down. Definitely 400 is going to slow him down because it's hard. I mean, I did 402. It's an engine out kind of training. So you fail the engine on it's a V2 cut, and you're in IMC. I mean, right after 200 feet, it just it sucks you right in the fog. And so you're an IMC on the gauges with an engine failure. It's the worst possible thing that you could happen on takeoff. And in an aircraft that is not really done well in terms of, now I'm not talking about PMDG, but I think Asobo, the flight dynamics are not very good. Just saying, something tells me that. I flew it like, let's say I said this, I flew it last night and I'm like, you got to be kidding me. The controllability was a little tough, let's just say. On the aircraft, it was not easy. So I said, well, I don't know about that, but whatever. What center are we on with? How's that? Let's go there first. Let's figure out. I know we've got. No, we don't. We're just outside. We're just outside of Indy. So we are clear, severe clear, folks. We are ourselves. How's that? So we're going to go 2200 on the squawk code. 22. By the way, we have some good folks there. We got a couple of veterans. Test. And I'm looking forward to it. So we're going to go ahead and I think we got 2 more applicants or 2 more people to get in, and then we're done. We're done with hiring for a season until we get everybody on board and ready to go. How's that? All right, let's run the checklist. Get the heck out of here. Who did I miss? Love it. Hey, Sam, what's up? Sam L, how are you? Yes, sir. I'm looking forward to it. Good deal. Denali, hey, Jason, I finally got my hands on the PMDG product. Good. Yes, sir. Denali, when are you coming over? Israel as well. Did you apply? And by the way, if we don't hire you on this round, we're going to put you on a wait list and we'll let you know. But again, the minimum requirements, a couple of things. One, we try to at least be 18 years old. We like that only because I'm having you sign a legal document. So it's important that you're of legal age. Number two is that you need VATSIM hours. You got to get about 200 hours to be, to we kind of look at you. And that's just because of, different. We want you to be comfortable. I mean, that's kind of where it's at. I don't want you to be worried about ATC and having issues with the aircraft. And so that's kind of where we kind of get away with that. And we just go, let's just keep it where you're comfortable with the airplane and ATC. It's not an elite club. It's just, we're just trying to be comfortable because we're going to push you to your limits with this thing. And that's what we're doing. And VRAF, man, I think you're going to look at this as like work. You're going to see and you're going to go, oh my gosh, all over again. I hope you don't. I hope you enjoy it, though. All right, logbooks on board, landing gear pins 3 on board, fire warning here, fire warning and overheat. We checked it. Start levers are cut off. Stab trim is normal. And normally you would check this, so you'd run the motor, and then you come over here, flip that down, boop, that should stop. That's what we want. That's what happened with the Max, which they did shut it off, but they turned it back on. It was not smart. Okay, anyway, we're not going to get into that. So, lights tested, good to go. We've checked it all. Take a look outside. This airplane is a big airplane. Look at this, a big bird right here. Big bird. Nice. We're going to have a tail strike, so the rotation is going to be a little longer. It's not like a 700. You can just crank it and yank it. It just doesn't work that way. So we have to go nice and light on it. FMC is programmed. Briefing is complete. Oxygen mass and quantities. We've checked it. EEX. Oh, they are on. Navigation transfer switches, normal. Navigation switches, sorry. Display switches are auto and normal. Fuel, we've got 15,000 on board, and we have that exactly. And center tanks will be off. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, passenger signs are on. Window heat is on. Hydraulic pumps are A's are off, B's are on. Pressurization is set and auto. Flight instruments, I got 3013, 3013. Cross-check both of those are good. Auto brakes on RTO. Takeoff warning horn. Let's go ahead and check that. 1, 2. Okay, good. We got good tests on that. 122.8 coming in, which is going to be our standard. All right. What else we got? Takeoff warning horn, park brake is set, airler, run, and rudder trim. Okay, the song of the day. For those of you who are old enough to remember this, if you're not, we're going to hit you with some style today. Okay, it is, and I put it in the chat. It's called Simple Minds. Don't You? Look it up. It's fantastic. It's a fantastic song. Only the Brits can do it. It was stuck in my head. I had to listen to it before I came on here, and now it's still going to be stuck in my head. All right, before I push, 0 fuel weight. I've got a 0 fuel weight, and let's just take a look at our paperwork here, and then we're going to get this thing going. You can still hear the passengers boarding.
We are ready to go when you are.
Look at that. That's fantastic. That's great work. Okay, let's go ahead and pull up the paperwork. And we've got a 0 fuel weight of 127.9. We're going to do a takeoff weight of 142.5, okay? So let's go ahead and drop down here. Let's see what we've got. We're going to go in at ref and take a look. 143.4, that's pretty good. And 128.4, again, a little bit on the high side. Paperwork's a little on the lower side. Usually it's the opposite. Paperwork's high side, the passengers don't come. So maybe we had more passengers here than anticipated. Okay, so 0 fuel weight is set. Takeoff weight is cross-checked. N1s. We're going to go N1 limit 67 over 26, 90.4, reduced set climb 2 profile. All right. Runway is going to be 20 center. And we are going to have a nice little taxi here. Once we push back, folks, we're going to push from the gate. We'll push from the gate. We'll back out of here. Nose is going to be to the left side. And then we're going to go ahead and taxi. I'm going to try to taxi down Tango 4. All the way down Tango 4 to Sierra 7. And then out on 20 Charlie. Okay? 20 center. Good. Flaps. Our PWB says 5, which are going to be our performance. And I already pulled that performance up, our performance right here. I can separate this and show you right there. This is what we got. Flaps 5, 20C full, worn 43.4. We've got a minimum of flap retraction altitude of 1599, and no, I'm not going to set that. I've got a Tora of 79.99. That's good. Cell temp 67. That's going to be our reduced temperature. 40, 41, 43. I like a lower ref on these things, so I set our ref a little bit on the low side. I used what PMDG wanted on that, only because it gives us a little more time to react if something happens, right? I like a lower N1. I mean a lower V1 speed is what I'm trying to say. See, that's 135. They had 140 something, so it gives us 5 knots to play with. But 135 is our drop dead number. We hit that, and it's toast. We're going to stop. Okay. I will talk about RTO really quick, and then we'll get the heck out of here. I'll show you the weather and all that. Minimum cleanup altitude is set at 1500, 1599, whatever it is, 1600. And our doors, we got to go ahead and do our doors, and we can get the heck out of here. Okay. Let's turn on the APU. We'll go ahead and close the doors, and then we are going to take off, folks. Bum, 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 bum. Hey, Gary, what's up? Mark Sanford. What about no VATSIM hours, but real life instrument rating? That'll work. So that I forgot. So if you have, thank you for that. If you don't have VATSIM hours, but you're a rated pilot, apply. We'll take it. But when you fly for coastal, you're gonna have to fly on VATSIM. That's the only thing about it, right? So we'll take. That's kind of one of our requirements is we want to fly on VATSIM. So that's kind of a requirement there. But apply. Yeah, that's kind of waived. That whole thing. If you're a ticket. You got your ticket, then that's all waived. So, thank you for letting me know. Thanks, Mark. Can you fly the Zebo? You know, we have the level up painted, but I don't have the Zebo painted. So, I think the level up affords. I don't know. I can't tell you because I have no flipping idea on any of those aircraft. So. I heard the level up's supposed to be a little more realistic in terms of just options and stuff like that, but I don't know, right? So you'd have to tell me. But right now, the answer to that is we have the level up for it. That is a classic song. Donali, what says, I haven't applied yet. Might wait until next summer or this Christmas, so I have some time for training. Also, still getting my feet wet in MSFS. Yes, trying to get up and running with. Yep, that's right. That's good. Sam says, currently studying commercial aviation in college, and your streams really help provide me information. What's like? Well, this is just a little taste of the industry, right? I mean, what you don't see is all the nasty stuff. the fact that, you know, on your third or fourth leg, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna die, right? So those are the things that, you know, you kind of know. You can hear from other pilots out there. Network, man, network, because that's gonna help you ascertain about, you know, you've got the good stuff, but man, you are a pack mule, especially in regional flying. You are just flying all the time, and even the majors. Some of the majors do that too to you. Okay, I'm gonna shut up. We're gonna go ahead and close some doors. Let's get the gate out of here. Let's get the trucks out of here, and we are gonna be rocking and rolling. All right, this is an 800. Don't laugh at me as I drag the tail all the way down the runway. I'll try not to do that, but it might be fun. Yeah, it could be like the takeoff in Miami in the MD-80. You guys remember that? That was awesome. We took out the approach landings, a car, a bus on the other side of the runway. It was sweet. I gotta watch that again. That cracked me up. Not really, but it was fun. For you. It wasn't fun for me, but it was fun. If you haven't seen it, you gotta watch that video. It was awesome. Okay, Jace, what are you doing? All right, let's go to ground services. We're going to release the meteor there. And we're also going to release ground power. I'm hooked up on the bus, so we can disconnect that. And real chalk's coming removed. Here comes the gate. Gate is coming out. Let me see something here. The gate is coming out. How's that? Now I got the song in my head. It's a classic song, and I love it. I haven't heard it in years, and it just popped in my head. It's interesting how that happens, where it's like, man, that song was awesome back in the day. It still is cool. Okay. I got to get it with the program, right? Let me give you an idea of what MSI is looking like, folks. MSY. Bum, 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 bum. If I'm singing it, I do apologize. It's fun. Okay. I'm going to write this down for you. And then we'll show you the paperwork. How's that? We'll show you the paperwork, show you the release, and then we'll get the heck out of here. Looks like runway 2. 5G modems in effect, of course. 28. Da 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 da. You know I'm going to be singing that all the time now. I stand. Next week, guess what happens next week? Yes, you guessed it. Hockey time. That is coming. Fantastic. I'm looking forward to it. Hockey is on its way. All right. We got that one thing I need to ask of you really quick is your patience. As I pull the turbulence up, just going to check the ride reports, make sure we're good to go. Gosh, you guys, you picked a good day to fly. Really good day to fly. There's nothing there. All right, let's see if this thing works. Let's try this. We're going to try it. I got to test this out, my head tracking device. It looks like we've got a good head tracker going. And that's it. All right, what do you got here? Sam L, yeah, kind of dreading the regionals, but hopefully it won't be long. No, you'll be all right, man. Regionals are great. Do you think the 800 rotates too fast? I feel like it rotates as fast as 700. You know, I haven't flown the 800 yet. So in MSFS, I haven't flown it yet. So this is going to be my first takeoff in the 800. So I have no idea. How's that? How's that for your answer? I'm a guinea pig. I'm a test pilot right now. It's just coming out of the sim going, okay, I think I know how it flies. That's what I'm saying. It could be a lot of fun. Dragging the tail across the ramp. Okay, I'll be right back. Stand by. I'm going to show you a cool... Let's see if we can do this right here. Oh, yeah, look at that. There it is. Huh? You like that view? It's a cool view. Okay, I'll be right back. And folks from the flight deck, welcome to flight 3032 nonstop service over to New Orleans. Right now, the weather in New Orleans, it's beautiful, 82 degrees, few clouds at 4,000 feet. Really nice calm winds there. Should have a great flight, great day for an airplane ride, nice high pressure in the area. That's going to be pretty smooth all the way in. We'll keep you posted on the weather as we get a little closer. It's going to be a quick flight, folks. Once we're airborne, it's an hour and about 10 minutes. Thanks for watching FSBN channel. Look at that. Look what I do for you. I give you a nice briefing. Where do you get that? You can't get that anywhere else, can you? I'm kidding.
This parking is too small for your aircraft.
Really? Shut up. All right, what's going to do? Prepare for pushback and departure. So let's get outside. I'll show you what they're doing. Ooh, look, an Airbus. This gate should push back. There we go. Look at that.
Gentlemen, and welcome
cool.
aboard flight 3032, which serves to Louisiana. Our flight time will be roughly 1 hour and 30 minutes. Now that the cabin door is closed, please make sure that all devices are in airplane mode and your large devices are now shut down and stowed. Please fasten your seatbelt and make sure that all tray tables and seat backs are in a full upright and locked position for departure. Flight attendants, please prepare cabin for departure and cross-check.
Alright, this is a cool jet.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
You got to get that tug out of there, that stupid stare. You're going to rip my wing off. Dude. Alright, what do you got here? Can you, I read that. I didn't read one. Country Flyboy, he said, I'm SW278 at BNA now. Okay. That's him holding short 27 until you catch up. Well, thanks. I appreciate that. We'll catch up to you. I'll do my normal taxi, and we'll catch up. How's that? Cool. All right. Bleed's coming up. Locking gear. I said no, 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 no. It's a good song. It's going to be in my head. I'm just telling you. It's stuck in my head right now. There's nothing I can do about it. Okay, while we're getting ready, are we flying a coastal flight? All right, let's do nose to the left, tail to the right. And make sure my stinking A-cars is going to be working, because I'm going to be so mad if it's not. Okay, there we go. Let's go ahead and release the park brake, folks. Brakes coming released. Here we go.
All engines clear. Start at will.
I will. All right, let's see how they do here. Dun, 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 na, 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 na. By the way, that's number 2 on that spin. So, just in case you're wondering, what's Jason doing? That's what I was doing. Number 2 spin? Yes. That means start number 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention.
Throttle quad looks crazy. It is crazy, isn't it?
When the seatbelt light is
There's a whole bunch of stuff going on over here.
Belts are fastened low and tight across your lap. To fasten
Which is
each of
cool.
the fittings into one another and tighten
Oh, look at that. We got
the
3.
strap.
Sweet.
Release your seatbelt, lift the
Oh,
upper
there's
portion of the
25. Here
buckle.
comes the gas.
Suggest that you keep your seatbelt fastened throughout
Fuel
the
is
entire
in.
flight as you may experience unexpected turbulence.
I'm looking for a
There are
light off
several
here.
emergency exits
There
on
we
this
got the light
aircraft.
off.
To familiarize yourself with the emergency exits on this aircraft,
go outside.
please refer to the safety card in the seat back pocket in front of you. In some cases, your nearest exit might be behind you. If we need to evacuate the aircraft, there is lighting on the floor to guide you towards the exit. In the event of a loss of cabin pressure, an oxygen mask
In the
will
event
drop in front
of
of
loss
you.
of cabin
Start the flow of oxygen, pull the mask towards you, and place it firmly over your nose and mouth. Secure the elastic band behind the head. And
It's
tighten the
crazy to
mask
think
secure.
about these
Don't
aircraft
worry
can
about your
fly
situation.
over the ocean.
Oxygen is flowing to the mask.
You know, all the way across the Atlantic, Pacific.
If you're traveling with children, now
Crazy.
is your favorite one. But secure your
Let's
mask
go with
and
the parking
then
brake.
assist others. Keep your mask on until a member of the crew advises you it's safe to remove it. In the event that the pilot decides to take it for a swim, a fashionable life vest is located in a pouch under your seat or between the armrests.
I'm going to start to.
When instructed to do so, open the plastic pouch and remove the vest. Slip it over your head. Wrap the straps
That's what
around
we're
your
gonna
waist and buckle at the front. Pull the strap to
You're probably like,
to
Jason,
inflate the vest,
what are you,
pull firmly
what are
on
you
the red
doing?
cord only when exiting the aircraft.
No, I haven't
The
drank
vest
anything.
Does not inflate automatically.
Just water.
Blow into the mouthpieces for manual inflation. Each vest is
Just having
equipped with
fun.
a whistle and light.
All right, here comes
If
25.
necessary,
Here
this
comes the
feature can be
gas.
used
Gas
as a
is in.
secondary flotation device. Please securely stow your
Sorry, I gotta do
personal
something.
items. Make sure your
Forgot.
seatbelts are fastened and seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright
Looks like we
position.
got a light off.
We
Looking
remind
for
you
the
that
oil
this is a
pressure.
non-smoking flight. Tampering
Oil
with,
pressure
disabling,
is
or
on the
destroying
rise.
smoke detectors located in
And
the
the light is
laboratories
off.
is prohibited by law.
Dude,
All
what are you
of
doing
this
in my airplane?
information and more can be found in the safety card located in the seat back in front
Cool.
of you. We
Remember
suggest
Flaps
reading this
5,
and letting your
folks. You're going to have to
cabin member
remind
know
me
if you have
because I
any
can forget.
questions. Thank you for flying with us
Tow
again,
truck
and we hope you
disconnected.
enjoy your flight.
Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
I'm looking for rollback now on the EGT. That's when the EGT starts cooling it down a little bit. You can see now it's starting to cool down. So once it's cooled down, they're clear of the aircraft. We're going to come up here. She said left is clear, right is clear. There we go. We're going to throw that on, shut the APU off so you don't burn fuel. Then we're going to come up on the overhead here, and we're going to check our electrical panel. Bat looks good. Generators are good. Gen 2 is good. Tell me what an inverter does, folks. And I want to know what TR1, 2, and 3 are. So that's going to be our assignment today. Propede is on. Those are on. Packs are coming to the on position. That's good. You can hear the packs coming in. AP bleed off. Coming down here, number 1 coming to continuous. Taxi light is coming on. Standby for flaps. Flaps 5. Flaps 5. Let's take a look, and we're going to check. Ooh, you like that view? I did a little bit of a different view than the 700. I hope you enjoy this one. If not, let me know. It's kind of weird, isn't it? I'm not used to this kind of view. All right, taxi checklist coming out. Dang it, I always do that. I always drop the checklist. And now I got to reach down, way down there and pick it up. Okay. Taxi checklist. Electrical generator is on. Probeat is on. Anti-ice is off. Not required. Flight controls are free. Incorrect. Flaps CDU says 1. CDU says 5. Indicates 5 with a green light. Transponders on TARA. Windows are closed and locked. We are out of here. Let's go. Look down. Throw the brakes. And let's see how she taxis. Nashville traffic, Southwest 32, taxi runway 20, center, Nashville. I said no, 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 no. Sluggish to get going here. V1 rotate. Come on, airplane. Holy smokes. You should never go to 40 on the ramp like this, by the way. It should be like 35. Even that's too high. I mean, it is an 800, so it's going to take a little more time to move it. But still. You know, I'm going to go TR6, T6, because it's right in front of us. Now, let's get this pig moving a little bit. What do you say?
We're ready for departure.
Thank you. Now let's go this way. It's going to be easier than going all the way down, across. Let's see how it taxis. Hold on, folks. I think I know what's wrong. I think I know what's wrong. Let's go to controls. Something doesn't feel right. Rudder is PMDG. That's good. Let's with the yoke here. All right, we're good. Maybe it's just slow and sluggish. I said no, 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 no. What is that? That's not here on the chart. I could take it, but I won't. What's this Airbus doing over here? B&A traffic, you taking Tango 4? There you go. Yep, you're good. You're good. Yeah, you're good to go. I wish we had, he's probably got scenery, we don't. Yeah, he's got some cool scenery. You could tell because he's taxiing on the grass. And that means his scenery is not dumb like ours. He's got good scenery in there. I wish somebody did in Nashville. I don't see any. Okay, look left, look right, and we are clear. And Nashville traffic, Southwest 3032, crossing runway 3113, Nashville. All right, let's go hit it. We just did a config check. That's what we did there. We're number 3.
Nashville traffic, Southwest 278 is taking off runway 20 center on the Drury 3 departure on the parade to New Orleans.
Sweet. Good deal, man. No, 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 no. See, I told you I'm gonna be singing the song. You're gonna catch me like sing it all night, pretty much. When you come my way. Alright, push that rudder in there. We'll stop the aircraft. I'm going to stop the aircraft, get it ready for the takeoff while this aircraft taxis on the runway. We're going to stop right now, run the checklist, and let's go. We've already did that. Tenant notification, we've done our checks already on that. Go to recall it. Good to go. Okay. Before takeoff, departure plan is complete. Let's just drop down here. Look at our legs really quick. Let's take a look at our legs page. The Drury 3 departure. I think it's just straight out to Gretchen, then Drury, and then pretty much straight up 4,000 foot on the altitude. Okay, electrical generators on, anti-ice is required, PAX is required, they're on, bleeds. Let's just check it. Sorry, hang on. I'm getting lazy. Let's check it. PAX are good, bleeds are on. Start switches, left, left and continuous. That's what we do that, I forgot that. APU is off, flaps, I've got CDU of 5, and we've got 5. We got a green light. Let's take a look at that aircraft. Where's that airplane? Oh, there they go. We're going to go ahead and taxi up. Okay, start levers are idle. Recalls checked. Takeoff is complete. Primary, yeah, that'll work. Start rolling here. Now legally we can't cross this line until that airplane starts rolling. So we're going to stop right there. Let the aircraft roll. We'll go outside, take a good look. There you go. Get a good picture of that. Nice looking bird. Nashville traffic. Southwest 3032. Taxi lining up and waiting for runway 20. Nashville. Da, 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 da. We be rolling right now. We be rolling. Doom, clear takeoff. Go. We can't because we're in VATSIM. But in real life, we be rolling right now. We be rocking. Of course, that aircraft might be going to the same spot, but it might not. Okay, strobes are on. Everything's good. Let's go ahead and throw the wing lights. 1, 2, 3 wing lights are on. They're on the turnout right away. We're going to rock and roll here shortly. That's on. That's good. Let's go ahead and drop the HUD. I'll do a HUD takeoff. All right, let's bang a tail on the runway. What do you say? You guys ready? I'm just waiting until they get to that 5 nautical mile ring, then I'll go. We'll just hold short. Airborne CNMSY, yep. David Smith, what's up? He says, you are amazing. Thanks for your videos. Hey, thanks, Dave. Appreciate it. I am on 20. If PMD makes a max, will you get it? Of course, Sam. Greetings from Baltimore County. There you go, Baltimore country. How you doing, Brandon? I'll get to your comment soon. We're going to go ahead and roll. Nashville traffic, Southwest 3032 on the roll, runway 2 center, Nashville. All right, let's go. We're going to bring it up to 40%. You're going to hold it right there. And we're going to go ahead and arm the auto throttles. All right, let's go ahead and take a look. Everything's good to go. I'm going to clear this stupid thing out of here as it gets out of my way. Once we depart, pretty much straight up. All right, bring them up, smash the toga button, push the yoke down, and you're going to say toga set. And now remember, this is a brand new aircraft, so I haven't flown it yet. I notice a lot of rudder already. I need to push in a lot of right rudder. 80 knots, cross check. That looks good. Cross check. wants to pull. Or go.
Rotate.
Okay, I'm going to push the nose up just a little bit. Hold it like right there. I'm going to push some rudder in there. Get that airplane good. Now go ahead and yank it.
Positive rate of climb.
Okay, gear coming up. There we go. Again, I'm using a lot of right rudder here. Looks like the engines are good. I'm not seeing any crazy crap going on. All right, let's go. See how I let go of that rudder? Boom, the airplane kind of... And it's not wind. I mean, come on. All right, let's bug it up. Bug up on the climb. Here we go. Let's start pitching the nose over. There's 2,000 feet. Look at that. Beautiful. It's nice and hazy. Hot and humid. All right. Gretchen it is. Let's go ahead and kick it over there. All right, let's go. We could go control wheel steering. Flaps are coming up. Flaps up to 1 right now. Well, we could go flaps up at any time. About right now, it's fine. I'd like to go control wheel steering. So CWS mode, I could just let go and go, look, Mom, no hands. You know, and I could fly the aircraft that way. There's 4,000 feet. And I'm going to go flaps up. Roll the aircraft down. You can see I'm going to start pushing it down. That's a little too aggressive, but I'm going to start pushing that nose over. The speed should keep coming in. And I'm going to go ahead and change the climb to about our altitude. Just getting some airspeed, and then I'm going to start pitching back until about that 10 degrees, nose up. So take a look right now at climb 2 profile. That's what's so nice about control wheel steering is I can let go and not have to worry about what the airplane's doing. That's what's so cool about it. It's basically, and I'm going to start increasing my speed because to 250 because of the fact that we're on course. We don't have any turns. We're just going to start booking it out of there, and then I'm going to clean up the aircraft. So I'm going to go gear off. And that's off. Sorry, folks. I forgot to put on the other camera. I'll do that on landing. How's that? And then I'm going to go ahead and engage the LNAV VNAV. And we're going to go click command. We're just going to say heading LNAV. We're going to go VNAV on the climb. And then command 1. And the aircraft should take over. And then we're going to go get rid of climb 2 profile. Let's drop down and knock that out. Clear it. Looks like we got a route discontinuity. We'll clean up. We'll do that right now. I should have done that on the ground. Bad on me. All right, so let's go to N1. We're going to go ahead and delete climb 2. And all that is it's a climb profile. Listen to the engines kick up. See how it goes? Climb 2 reduces the engine. It reduces the climb thrust. And it does that because you're light, and airlines love it because they want to reduce wear and tear on the aircraft. Okay, I'm going to turn those landing lights off and then taxi lights off. We're going to do a climb checklist. And you're going to look at this, make sure you're climbing, and you're going to look at that. So you want your cabin altitude's climbing and your pressure's coming up. What you want to see, that's a good thing. And we'll do our climb checklist. Pressurization is checked. Start switches, we're going to turn those off. It's beautiful up here. I'll turn them off. Good. And then finally APU is off, and that's the end of the climb check. Let's go outside, take a peek. I like looking at the wings to see what kind of bumps we're getting into. If we're getting a lot of turbulence, we have to keep it at 250, below 15,000. But that's pretty darn good. That's not, I wouldn't consider that turbulence. It's just light stuff. That's just a little bit of wind, a little bit of weather. That's all that is. It's beautiful high pressure here surrounding this whole area.
We are now passing through 10,000 feet. You can now turn on your larger portable electronic devices. As a reminder, please keep your seatbelt fastened while you are seated and do not
the airplane accelerate, and we'll get the heck out of here.
This aircraft is equipped with onboard Wi-Fi. You will be required to pay a small fee if you wish to access it. We do offer complimentary.
Okay, now that's a little bit of bumps.
Thanks to our partners. Connect to the Wi-Fi and you'll be able to access our wide range of free live TV and paid movies library.
All right, how was that takeoff? Was that good? Was that a good rotation? And remember, this is an 800. You don't want to crank it up like a 700, right? You get it really long. You want to get that nose and just hold that pitch. Once you feel it let go, then you can start cranking up that nose a little bit more. But again, you could have a tail strike pretty quick on this thing. I think it's like 7.5 degrees. But if you feel like the nose just popped up, you can reduce your like control sensitivities a little bit. I felt good on that one. That felt pretty good. But I was at a flaps 5, so if you're taking off at a flaps 1, you're going to have less tail clearance than flaps 5 does. Cool. All right, let's get to your questions here. Dabbenstein, what's up? How are you? Hey, Jason and everyone. Love seeing the live stream after a long day of work. It's been a minute since my timing has worked out. Let me watch you live. That's cool. Well, congratulations. I hope all is well. I'm glad you're on board. That's great. This is a quick flight, folks. We're going to start getting ready for descent here shortly. I love these flights. They're just wicked fast. Do pilots use Airbus mode, control wheel steering? Yes, I do. I love it. Airbus mode is cool, but I only do it after departure. And I only do it because we're single pilot. In the sim, I like to do it just when after I depart, because I don't have to. I could go heads down, start cranking away at the stupid computer, and not worry about the airplane doing an unusual attitude when I look up and go, "Holy crap, we are in a severe dive or something like that." So, the airlines don't, generally like it because there's no protection, right? I mean, you could take that thing, roll it, and then the airplane's just going to do whatever you want it to do. So the airlines are like, ooh, use it, but use it judiciously. Does that make sense? I don't use control wheel steering on a descent or anything like that, just because there is no protection. It's just basically the autopilot off. I want you to think of the control wheel steering as an old, like a 737-200 autopilot. All it does is it locks the controls in place. And it looks like we're getting bounced around here a bit. It doesn't look too bad, but let me ask you a question. Does the 700 and 800 have different wingspans? Or are they the same? That's pretty, huh? Pretty airplane. They did a pretty good job. This is our first flight in the 800, folks. I haven't flown it yet, so the landing ought to be fun. Stick around for that one. Get your guesses in now, because it's going to be a nightmare. At 18,000 feet, let's go ahead and go standard. So we're going to go altitude standard, and we'll go ahead and turn off some lights here. It looks like we're getting bounced around a little bit. I mean, at least for the panel is. Maybe that's the camera doing its thing, but no, whatever. Gosh, I don't even see the wind yet. What's the wind? 35, 310 at 35, at nothing at 18,000. I mean, look at that. Dead wind right now. Is that right? That can't be. We're not in the doldrums. Yeah, we're doing pretty good. All right, we're nice and stable. How's that? We just hit Drury. We're heading outbound to Jaguar. No, it's actually Jalar. And then once we're at Jalar, then we're going to go ahead and start looking at some descent planning. Okay, what do we got here? Situational, but yes, they do. Yes, they do. Sam L., is it required for captains to use the HUD on takeoff and landing? No, not a requirement. Good question. Not a requirement, though. Cool. No, same wingspan. Isn't that interesting? You are correct. 117 feet straight across. All right. 117 feet. And we got split scimitar winglets on this bad boy. So what does that mean? What does that mean? We got split scimitar winglets on this thing. What happens if we get a wicked crosswind? We could just go wing low, slam on the opposite rudder, and just drag it in, right? No, not with split scimitar winglets, you can't. Why is that? Why can't we do that on this aircraft? Why can't I just crank and bank it on a landing with this little thing? Does anybody know the degrees? How many degrees do we have on split scimitar winglets when we're landing in terms of bank? Training pilot, it is. It is the same wingspan. That is fantastic. Good job on that as well. All right. Did I miss anything? Okay, I got the 800s up there. Greeting from Bahamas. Hey, what's up? Bruce BRTS 70, if you're still with us. Welcome aboard. Thanks for joining us. If you're not a member, consider signing up. Or just, smashing that subscribe button. That's perfect. We're going to give you a little bit of 737 mostly on this channel, a little bit of the MD-80. I'm still trying to figure that aircraft out. It's a lot of fun, though. Good fly. Good airplane. Wing strike. Yep. We're going to rake the wings straight across the runway, and we do that. I think we only have about, I want to say it's like, was it 8.4 degrees of roll? So like whoop, a little bit of that, and then you're just dragging a wing across the runway. That's not good. That's never good. So you got to be careful. Matter of fact, when you're flying split scimitar winglets in heavy crosswinds, they actually tell you a little cross control, take it out, and actually land with a slight side load on the aircraft. They want you to actually just boom. They want you to hit, just a little bit. The crab and kick method. Just a touch, but they want you to land with a little bit of a cross load because of that problem, of that that risk that you can just drag the wingtip. If you start rolling that wingtip in that crosswind, you can smash it on the runway, just drag it across. It'll give the passengers a great view. I mean, look at this. Look at that. We're just sitting here. We're going, ah! People be screaming, be dragging the wingtip across the runway. Be pretty cool. Hey, Mommy, look at that. The wingtip's by the airplane. I'm kidding. Can you imagine? People walking over, I think you damaged the airplane. And they won't even open the flight deck door if that happened. They'd be like, we're going back to sim. Going for the sim ride. I'm kidding, folks. But I'm telling you, it can happen. We had let's see. You guys remember? It was an A321. So junk. I'm kidding. I'm just joking. I know I just offended every Airbus pilot in here. Did I say that? It's an A321. It was taken off out of JFK, I think. All kidding aside. For some odd reason, the captain was like, oh crap. I mean, he started veering off the runway. And he tried to get it back, and he rolled the airplane up, he pitched it up, and then he cranked it over, and then boom, the wingtip hit it got so low it hit a light, and it embedded the light in the leading edge of the wing, which is crazy. I mean, that's crazy to get that much wind or something like that. And I've got to look at the report and see exactly what happened. But anyway, things like that could happen. I know Continental 73 went off the runway. I think it was a 500 maybe. I can't remember. Was it 300 or a 500? It was in Denver. It just went right off the runway during takeoff. I think they hit some crazy winds in Denver, which Denver has, by the way, and blew the airplane right off the end of the runway. Not off the end, but side. Everything went in flames. It was pretty nasty. But those things could happen. So you just never know. Hysterical. Good. I'm glad I made you laugh. That's good. Let's see here. Next week, let's talk about next week. What are we going to do, folks? Do we want to fly a coastal? I think I'm going to fly a coastal flight next week. I got to make some money. The airline is suffering after that MD-80 purchase. So, by the way, fly coastalairways.com. Check us out. And if you want to be a member at Southwest, it's Virtual SWA.com. We're looking for, I think we got 2 more slots at Coastal. So if you want to apply, go to our website there all the way to the bottom. Just plug in your virtual stats or your real life stats, whatever you want. And if you meet the requirements, we'll schedule an interview with you. And they'll be interviewing with a panel of at least 2 or maybe 3. And every pilot will go through the interview process. So there is no freebies. Nobody just gets in. Once you're in, you got to go through the whole thing of training. That could take 3 to 6 months. It depends. It's up to you. There's a lot to do. Like I said, 402 is a flippin' nightmare. There's going to be 5 series, basically 5 modules of training. And if you want to know more about that, there's a video I did last week. We shot Coastal Live, and I showed you the behind-the-scenes stuff too. So definitely check that video out if you haven't yet. All right, enough of the yapping. What do we got? We got MEI. Once we're at MEI, multi-engine instructor, we're going to go ahead and we're going to start planning for the descent here shortly. Because at MEI, now we got winds. Look at that, 256 to 13. We're doing pretty darn good. I'm going to go ahead and close my chart here. Let's look where we are. All right, let's go ahead and start looking at the Rhythm 4. There's another song. Look it up. Rhythm is a Dancer. It's a good one. It's an old one, but it's a good one. MEI is called Meridian, and we'll have to check out MEI here. It doesn't look like we have any. Houston is not online. What is going on? Fort Worth is. And you know what's crazy? Miami is. We should have did a coastal flight to the Caribbean today because the Caribbean has F&O. Could somebody look up F&O next Friday? Next Friday is very tentative, by the way. We'll see. I'm going to be tentative. We'll schedule it, but it might be tentative, okay? Because I might have to just not do flight duties next week because I might take the week off for family purposes. But we'll see. I'll schedule it on there, and if I'm not on there, then you know. How's that? All right, 117.0, and let's go ahead and start looking at what we've got. Looks like about 141 miles to that, and then once we hit that, we're going to be going to Zydeco. Let's take a look at the legs page. We've got Palouse. Then we got Zydeco. We're going to go straight down Lake Pontchartrain, and let's see what we've got here. MSY is reporting winds 120 at 8. So I think we're going to be right up and down that runway. Probably 11, right? Let's see what they're landing here. Runway 2 is approaching. Departing runway 2. What? Why would they do that? Runway 2? That'll make no sense. 110 at 7. Am I going crazy? They're departing runway 2. They're arriving runway 2. I have a suspicion that we have a runway closure. And we are correct. Runway 11 and 29 are closed. Runway 11, 29 Pappy out of service. Runway 11 out of service. Runway 29 are out of service. Runway 2 out of service. ILS runway 2 out of service. What? Did you guys hear all that? What? Did you hear it? We're going to be landing with a tailwind. And a 7-knot tailwind at that. With a, ooh, this is going to throw a little curveball with a 7,000-foot runway. At that. Cool. Yeah. Okay. So let's start talking about performance now, because that's going to be a thing. All right. Let's see if we got some NOTAMs that we can pull up. That's what I was like. Wait a minute. We're taking a 7-knot tailwind. Something not right. And that's NOTAMs. Let's see what we've got here. That's really crazy, folks. Okay, so runway 11, Pappy's unusable. 29 is unusable. The ALS is out. This ALS is out. ILS is out. ILS is out. Runway 11, 29 are closed. We're not going to land that runway. Okay. Whew. ILS runway 11. ILS runway 11. We're looking for any runway 2s here that might be throwing us a curveball. I'm going to try to show you. Let's see here. ILS right there. Runway 11. That's good. Runway 29er. 11-2. Right there. That's amended. Okay. That's fine. Just kind of breezing through this, making sure, trying to find that where that closure is on runway 2. I'm not closure, but ILS runway 2 RVRR usable. Right there. See it? ILS runway 2 is out of service. Cool. It's a good thing we got great weather. So we're going to use something different than the ILS. Let's take a look at what we've got here at MSY, and I'll look at some of the runways. Some of the approaches that we can use. Procedures for approaches for runway 2. We've got one runway, and that is it. And that's going to be the GPS runway 2, or we can just straight up visual the thing, and that's what we're going to do. We like to fly real life here, so we're going to do that. And fly the GPS to runway 2. I say we go runway 11. You could go runway 11? If Southwest ordered A320, would you fly it? Nope, I'd quit. At least Virtual SWA. It's quit time. You can't serve two gods, folks. You just can't. I think it would be a stupid business move, just to be honest with you. You want to talk about adding cost? Go ahead and do that. It wouldn't be good. You're adding a lot of cost when you do something like that. You're talking about doubling maintenance, doubling pilots, doubling everything. Flight attendants, you name it. That's really not a smart move to save money. And I don't know what the purpose is. Why would you do that? The 737 outperforms that airplane 10-1. No problem. It's just a little old. Even the Max does really good too. So that's what I'm saying. I don't know why they would do that. I could see them doing an A220 or something like that. But even then, it's going to add a lot of cost. It does add cost, folks. There's no doubt about it. Oh, excuse me. I'm going to shut up now, and we're going to start plugging away at some routes on some data, because we're going to have an issue. All right, everybody's going to go. The scaredy cats are going to go runway 11. I'm kidding. That's a joke. I'm going to go runway 2 and play like real life here, because that's what we do in this channel. This is what the kind of curveballs you get thrown out in the airline industry, right? You plan on one thing, something else happens where you have a runway closure, or you're going to be taking a 7-knot tailwind in an 800 you've never flown before. So those kind of things are all heightened awareness, really. We got to get our levels up where it's like, okay, we got to get our wits about us. We got to get serious. We got to figure out how we're going to land this airplane and stop it in the right time. I don't care about style points. It's not about soft landings today. I'm slamming it down like an aircraft carrier. All right, that's my point. That's what I'm going to try to get to, and we'll get there. Okay, here comes the seatbelt sign off. It's pretty darn smooth. It looks like I'm going to just throw that off right now and let the passengers walk around just for a few minutes before we have to go.
Folks, we've reached our cruising altitude. We're going to go ahead and turn off the seatbelt sign right now. We ask that you remain seated. You keep those seatbelts fastened, just in case if we get any unexpected rough air. We appreciate you watching us tonight at the SWA Operations channel. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and check us out at virtualswa.com. As we get a little closer to the airport, we'll let you know on the weather conditions. Thank you.
Cool.
Folks, we've reached our cruising altitude. We're going to go ahead and turn off the seatbelt sign right now.
Wait a minute, what's going on over here? Oh, I hit the wrong button. I was like, wait a minute. Okay, Let's get back in the flight deck, Jason. All right, flight deck, here we go. Route looks like 138.8 right now. We're anticipating a landing weight. We're going to be a little bit higher. We're going to be about 136, I would assume, because we're about 1,000 pounds heavier. So right now, 138 or 37, I would say 137.5, right around there, maybe another 1,000 on the burn low. So let's go 137.5, and it's all about performance now. So I'm going to do this with you. We're going to do this together, and we'll start figuring out how we're going to get this thing done. When you walk on by. All right, let's pull this up. What we're going to do is fly our aircraft. We are in a, not that one, we're going to be in a new airplane. Select a new aircraft. We're going to be the 800 SPF. We have a short field package on this puppy. We are in carbon and 26 kilo MSY. New Orleans, runway 2. Whoa, select failure procedure for runway 2. Crane, no crane. We're going to play crane. If it's got a crane, I'd have to look, to tell you the truth. It's dry. The winds, I can't plug them in. All right, so the winds are right now 110 at 7. That's what we're looking at. The 3005. By the way, once we hit, if we go 10 knots, we are toast, folks. We can't land, because we can't land with a, what are you doing? That's outside air temperature. Outside air temperature is 27 and 30.05. Okay, we're going to do this with 26,000, and we're doing landing en route, dude. Do it again. MSY, Nolans, and runway is going to be 2, 3.3, dry, plug it in there. Okay, flap config, definitely 40. Off, credit all operative, yes, and our landing weight would be say 137,500 pounds with an VREF of 5. I don't want to go any higher than that. Can we do it? Drum roll, please. Look at this. Auto brake 3, no problem. We got this. All right, so 8 minutes. Watch, I say that, I go right off the runway. We got an 8 minute brake cooling schedule. It's fine. We're going to be on the ground for like 25, and it's going to be auto brake 3, flap 40, all day long. All day long. We got this. No fret, right? Okay, so flap 40. We're going to plug in there, drop it in, and we're going to go to legs page. We'll go to the arrival page, and we're going to go to the GPS. GPS, where are you? RNAV, right there. All right, the RNAV2, we're going to do the OLED transition. So let's pop that in there. We'll click execute. That throws a discontinuity here. That's fine for us. Kind of gives us an idea of what we're going to do. Once we land, folks, we're going to land runway 2, so I'm probably going to taxi, probably going to get off on Tango if we can get it. If we have to, we'll go Sierra, and we'll taxi off all the way down to Sierra to our new gate. And by the way, I haven't landed in here in a long time, so it's been quite a while since I've been here. And we're landing, we're going to be parked at Bravo 5, so it's the other side of the concourse. And so that's our plan, okay? Any questions, comments, concerns, or cheap shots, please let me know.
Traffic.
See that aircraft right there? That's going to hurt. That's going to hurt. I don't know if they're paused or what's going on, but we're catching them. So I am not even messing around there, guys. All right, so we got to climb. This is an RA. No problem. We're just going to hold this climb right there. We're going to pitch up. Straight right there. Come on, airplane. There we go. Okay, the aircraft is behind us. You can see it right there. That's called an RA. Now, I overtook him, so that's my bad. That's what you, I don't know why, but we're going to hook up and do a route offset about a few miles. But that's kind of what you do on these things. It's an RA like that. So when you have an RA, you disconnect it all and you fly the aircraft. It's fun. I'm glad I got to show you an RA and what it looks like. Okay, we're going to skip MEI. We're going to go straight to Belize, I think it is, or Blitz. I don't know what that is. Okay, just trim the aircraft up a little bit, stabilize it. Get this thing all trimmed out, ready to go again. How's that? Okay? That's it. Event's over. All right, we're going to go to Blues. Let's go direct to Blues. This way we can not worry about running anybody over. We'll click up command again and get the aircraft stable. And the aircraft should have been stable. It's not because it's climbing. So I want to hold 38. So we're going to have to see what the aircraft does. It's going to stop the climb right now. That's great. And I'm actually going to turn and go straight over there. And I might do a route offset just to help it out a little bit so we don't hit anybody. Because I don't want to do that. That would be bad. That's my bad, dude. But I knew it right before it even took over. I'm like, but right before we got the RA, I knew it. That's why I disconnected. I'm like, we're going to have an RA here. Oops. All right, let's go to menu. And we could be a little bit on the lighter side. I mean, on the lighter side, that's why we're overtaking him. He might be on the heavier side. Everything else looks good there. There's our offset. So let's try this. I'm going to offset right 2 miles. Let's see if it works. Offset 2 miles, and the start is right now. We're going to end all the way down. And I'm going to click execute. Let's go right turn 2 miles. Let's offset this thing. So we're going to do a route offset, folks, which basically means I'm going to fly the same route but 2 miles away from where they are. And that's just going to help keep separation a little bit because we don't have ATC online. Or do we? And they're yelling at me. That could happen. Southwest, you idiot! What are you doing? That could happen. Okay, apparently this airplane's just flying like crazy, and let's see, I'm expecting a turn here. What are you doing, dude? Okay, there it goes. No! What are you doing to me? There we go. Now we're capturing. That's every Airbus pilot says that, right? So it's going to fly us 2 miles, and it should start turning shortly. So we're just going to keep our eye on it, right? We're going to fly a couple of miles, and it should start turning the aircraft over. It should start now. I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to have to intervene it. Let's go intervention. Now, it's probably because of the start. I didn't start. So what we can do is just take this thing over, throw the heading bug over here. We're going to get back on course. So I'm going to go ahead and select, let the airplane roll in. That's probably plenty now. It's a good distance. And let's see what we've got. Blah. I'm just thinking. I'm thinking what we want to do here. And that could be different. That's another thing. It could be different. It could be different winds that's screwing us up. It could be a lot of different things. As you can see, this offset is highlighted. All right, let's get back in the flight deck, see what's going on. Yeah, we're doing really good now. No problems. We have corrected the situation. Yeah. Yeah, we got an RA going. That's pretty cool, huh? Country Boy says, I'm a fully loaded 700 mile. We'll see how this goes. All right, yeah, you go ahead of me. You guys can land on runway 11. I'm fine with that. You can laugh at as we land runway 2. Does the 800 float a lot? Hey, Penn, what's going on? Good to see you. Oh, that's all good. Okay, let me get this thing hooked up again, and we'll start kind of getting it going. Or we hook back up on the online. So we're flying this offset. So we're going to keep that going, and then we're going to get ready for the descent. Like I said, we're going to go way up and then out. I'm just going to just take a look at the arrival here really quick. This is an interesting, it's like a perfect storm, right? We've got a tailwind coming in. We can't land. There's no ILS. We've got great weather, folks. It's 1107 knots, 10 miles, clear skies. You can't ask for that, a better day for this. We are going to use the HGS on this, on the HUD, because I want that visual so I can have it, and we can get it going that way, all right? So we can do well there. I'm just looking at some of the winds. I can request a descent profile. I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. I'm going to request those winds in. Oh, I don't think it's going to work. Rats! Not going to work. It is not going to work. Is it? Maybe? Descent? Forecast? Load? Maybe it does work. Let's see if it works. I didn't think it'd pull it in, but it might have pulled it in. I knew it. Alright, we were close. Now what the heck? Yeah. So I'm just trying to see this continuity here. Does this go? And then we could see how we want to attack this thing. Let's go to legs page, go to blues, and right down to the route page once more. Offset, start waypoint. You can't click that because this is already taken. So you would have to delete this, or could we reset it to 2? No. Maybe we delete it. Ding. Execute, and then let's go to R2. That's 2 miles away, and we're going to start. You got to go to the route page. Go to blues. Go back to route page. Offset. Start. Execute. And back up. We're about 40 miles from blues. I think we're pretty good now. I could also descend if I wanted to. About 1,000, but I think we're good. They're far enough away from us. We're going to have to start working our way back on there. We could start right now. I wonder if we could just go ahead and start this. Let's see if I can turn in. Let's just start it now. And let's see what the aircraft does really quick. Wrong button. How's that? Let's start. Delete the start. Because I want to start it right now. And I'm going to say, I want you to start this offset now. You can see that. See how it's going to take the track and come this way? That's what it should do. But the last time it didn't. It was stupid and did something, right? And it did like an Airbus thing where it's like, I'm going to go take you all the way over here. And then the pilot's going, now what is it doing? Now what is it doing? So now it's doing the right thing, which we expect it to do, which is 2 miles offset. There we go. We're doing good, folks. Getting closer to that flight, but that's okay. Like I said, we're going to be 2 miles offset from where they are. That's fine. Now expect this thing to stop. Okay, there we go. Penn just flew home from Vegas on the 800. Good deal. DFG, what's going on? How do flight protocols and procedures change when flying into another country, like when you're flying into Europe from the U.S.? Europe's a little different than obviously the U.S. I think. I don't do a lot of that. Obviously, I don't fly a lot of over the ocean like that. So I bet you there's some people online that could tell you. But from what I know right now is that like transition altitudes are much different. Okay, so transition altitudes might be 2,000, 2,500, or 10,000 feet. You know, in the U.S. it's standard 18,000, so that could be a little bit different, right? It's things like that that could really throw it off, but everything else is pretty much the same, except to different countries. Some they'll use metric instead of imperial, so it's those kind of things that you gotta kind of think about. But yeah, good question. Auto brakes coming in at 3. That's what we said. We're going to do auto brake 3, flap 40. And did anybody get a... Did we happen to get that a name of that truck? The VTP tool? Right there. Hang on just a minute. I'm just looking for... Okay, 141 on the ref. 141's in the box. Good, folks. We're not going to run any aircraft over. I do apologize, whoever I ran over. That was my fault. I should have had you scanning on TCAS. So I do apologize. Now, really quick, we want to do it the right way. Let's go to our winds really quick. I'm going to go to descent winds. Now, I probably shouldn't do this, but I'm going to try. We'll click forecast, and we're going to just plug in 3. Let's go 290, 310. Excuse me, 310. No. Let's go 340. So I'm going to do 1, kind of that mid-range for us. 340. Plug that in. We're going to do another 3. I don't know what I'm doing that here. Let's go 240. And then last one, 180. Okay, that'll be our winds for descent. So 340, we're looking at 32 at 33. 320/33. Execute there, or enter, and then 300 at 10. It's going to help the aircraft kind of plan this out, and I haven't checked descent and all that stuff, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then finally 340 at 3. 340/3 and enter, execute. We are done with that. QNH on the landing is altimeter 3005, 30.05. Enter there, execute that. Update the weather. Well, the weather looks good. Okay, that's planned in here. Our descent, once we hit Balus, I think it is. We're going to go to the Blues. There we go. We're on the arrival already. We're going to go Blues, and we're looking at rhythm at 11,000 feet, 250 on the speed. Now that's over Lake Pontchartrain, getting ready to do that. We'll fly right over Lake Pontchartrain, and we're going to turn after Ray up. We're going to go all the way down to the other side like we're landing to 11. We're not going to go there. So really quick, go to the legs page, rhythm 250, 16,000. Shoot, I'm going to reset this. It needs to be at 11,000. So 11,000 coming in. You don't have to spell it all out, but I am right now. What are you doing, airplane? Unable to offset. Okay, fine. I have to get back in the aircraft. 250/11. Okay, whatever. What's this altitude constraint crap going on? All right, let me execute that first. And I'm going to change all that here coming up. Now it's going to put us right back on the descent. We're on the descent profile. We're good. We're going to do it now. 250. It's coming back to the course is what it's doing. There's 11,000. Plug that in. Bing. It's probably going to go. Oh, shoot. We're way too. Now, look. It's saying we're 6,000 feet high. There's no way. No. Rhythm 250 at 11. And it says we're 6,000 feet. Okay. So what can you do? Seatbelt sign's coming on. I'll go ahead and get the seatbelt sign on. All right. You know, this high, we're going to catch it.
The flight crew has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. Please return to your seat and fasten your seatbelt.
You can see what's happening here. We're going to go ahead and whoop. I'm going to bring this down to 11,000 feet, and we'll have some fun with this, okay? And I'll show you one of the things that we could do to help get down quicker. Now, we're going to get down. You can see kind of where we are, which is going to be a little bit short, but I'll help the aircraft out as we get down closer. One of the things we could do is ride that barber pole. All right, that'll help us drop down a little bit more. I'm looking at the turbulence here. It looks pretty darn smooth, folks. All right, so I'm going to open the speed window, and I'm going to dial that speed up right there and watch the descent. We're going to increase the descent profile. See how the green banana's catching up, and then we can pull the brake if we wanted to. So I'm going to bring it all up. And then you could take the speed and just click the CO button, and that's going to take you at 280 on the speed. So I'm going to ride 280 all the way down and see how we do. 5,400. The drag profile on this airplane is off. It's way too slippery. Well, it usually is. This thing is slippery. It's a slippery airplane. One question, Jason. Yes. Patrick, what's up, buddy? Why aren't you flying real-time like I am? I never fly real-time, but it's just, if it's a real-time on the schedule, I will. There's 5,600. Come on, aircraft. Let's get down. And how do we do it? We could pull the brake right now. Let's do it. I'll show you. Pop the brake. Here we go. Holy cow, what are you doing, everyone? We're gonna energy management. Okay, let's get ready for the approach into the airport. Patrick, I hope I don't break your aircraft, buddy, but I might. Just let you know. 016, we're landing in a tailwind because everything is closed. No ILS is available. Do you see what happened, folks? You pull the little brake, and you pull the boards out, and all of a sudden the aircraft starts to work. I hate that because you're just wasting a lot of energy, but it's going to get us to where we need to go. Okay, so you can see right away here we're going to be on profile, and if I needed more speed, I can get it. There's 4,500. So we can do this. We're still way high on the profile, so we just pull the brake. Let's get down. Let's get aggressive. We're going to jump on this aircraft right now so we don't get stuck or caught. I'm not going to dial in the ILS because it's out of service, so we're not going to use it. But what we are going to do is a visual profile, so I'm going to go ahead and set our VMC primary mode. We're going to use that for the visual here. And we're just going to ride this thing down. Now look, now we're 3,500, and I could still crank it higher if I needed to, the speed. So right now we're descending at 3,400 feet a minute. We're not blowing anybody's eardrums out just yet, but we could. We can get really aggressive, but there's no need because we're catching profile. You see what I'm saying down here? I don't know if you can see that. It's 3,400, and we're catching profile pretty good. So descent checklist coming out. Minimums, they are not set. We're going to go ahead and set them up right now. It's 2. Wow, whopping 2. 2,800, 2,700. You can see how we're getting aggressive. We're just going to catch that profile, let the aircraft fly it in. That'll help us manage energy a little bit. Just one more thing I'll do to manage the energy. VREF and V target, we're set and noted. We got 141, flap 40, auto brake 3. Auto brake is 3, recall is complete. That's the end of that checklist. Descent checklist is complete. One more thing I want to do is let's go ahead and dial in runway 2. So we're going to our page here, runway 2. This is a Coastal Airways thing that we do in our, we're going to throw that in the fix. We're going to slash 15. Okay, that's 15 nautical miles. Slash 5. Slash 3. And that's going to help us a little more SA on this. I'm not too worried about this, folks, because we're going to have to fly downwind, turn around, come back. So I'm not too concerned with the energy that we have. We're 1,700 high, that's fine. And we're just going to catch it and fly that profile. To be honest with you, even if we were above 11,000 feet, we're fine because we got to fly above over Lake Pontchartrain, come across, then turn around and come to 2. Because everything's broken in New Orleans, apparently. All the runways suck. Everything's closed. The only thing that's open is 2. Why would they land? Why wouldn't land the other runway? 1-1. I don't understand. It's so weird. Don't tell me because noise abatement. I don't want to hear that crap. 900 feet. Ooh. Airplane, you're not going to best me. You're not going to best me. 800. Kitchen profile. Yeah, that was me. My bad. I had to step away. It was you. Got kids tonight, plus I'm heavy tonight. So, no, you're good. I figured you were heavy. I can vouch for everything being broken in New Orleans. 17,000. We just hit the 18,000 foot mark. Here we go. Lights coming on. Wing lights are on. Standard is not standard anymore. We're going to go 3005. 130 feet. Here come the brakes. Brakes are off. We got a good airplane now, folks. And what I'm going to do is get down below profile just a little bit and start slowing the aircraft down a touch to 280. That's how you catch profile. And I'll throw the brake down a little bit until we get off. I'm going to take off the altitude window. Just did that right now to help the aircraft kind of do what it wants to do here. I'm going to catch profile again. So we got the brakes out one more time. And hopefully we don't have to use those puppies anymore. Okay, there's coming in profile. Just be aggressive. If the aircraft's starting to get ahead of you, well, don't let it. Say, nope, you're not going to do that. Autopilot. You know, I'm going to fly this airplane, and if I have to be aggressive, I have to be aggressive. It's no big deal. As you can see, that was an aggressive descent. It wasn't that bad, but it was enough where, okay, you're gonna get me high on this dang profile airplane, and I'm not going to let you do it. So, good. All right, 18,000. Let's go to approach. Altimeters are set. 3005 packs. They're on auto. Start switches are left and continuous. What are we doing? Approach checklist is complete. Nice bumps. Who said it wasn't bumpy here in New Orleans? Do you like this view or the other view we had? Kind of back a little bit. I can offset them. I think that's a cool view. Maybe I can back it up, give it a better picture of the winglet. I don't know. Cool. All right, let's check if ATC's online. Looks like we have Jack Center, Fort Worth, and no Houston tonight. So no, they're not. It's a slippery aircraft, that's for sure. By the way, if you're new to the channel, consider checking us out here. Go to virtualswa.com. Have some fun. Next week, we're probably going to be in a coastal aircraft. If there's Lake Pontchartrain right ahead, straight ahead. I'm guessing. That's what they call it. Right? Is that what we call it? Please tell me if it's not, because I don't want to look like an idiot. I already did. But I think that is Lake Pontchartrain. I believe so. All right, after right up, we're going to go ahead and turn, go all the way back the other side, and then we'll swing it back around. Alrighty. That's kind of the maneuvers we're going to do. All right, let's talk about some threats here. We got traffic in the area. We almost ran one over. We almost ran a person over. I couldn't believe it. Pretty cool. Let's go outside. Nice looking plane, isn't it? It's good stuff. Okay. Another risk here, or another threat, is going to be a short runway. Tailwind and short runway. Our tailwind limitation is going to be 10 knots, so if we're still flying around and maneuvering the aircraft around, we're going to have to check that out, okay? We're going to have to really push it. And if it's at 10 knots, we're just going to have to hold until the next weather. Alternates around here. If we had to go to another airport because of the stupid minimums of our wind, because they're not landing any other dang runway. Now we can't land to the Air Force Base. That's not going to work. So we'd probably have to try another airport. We could try New Orleans lakefront. I don't know the size of that runway or anything else, but that's probably really small for us. But we're going to try it. We'll see what that looks like. Gulfport is probably a good alternate as well. I think that's in Biloxi, isn't it? Mississippi. Anyway, It could be. All right, I want to drop down to 5,000 feet. Maybe. Let's see what we got. Rhythm 4. We're at 11,000. We're going to go ahead and descend to the GPS. That's Oleg is going to be at 2,000. So we can go ahead and descend to about 5,000. And then when we break off at... oh, come on, aircraft. What are you doing again? Altitude, intervene. Here we go. Let's drop the thing down. Starting to get off a little bit. Okay, there's 10,000 coming through. Here we go. $10,000, attendant notification complete. BTR, Baton Rouge, that's probably a good one. Is that to the north of us? We'll check Baton Rouge. You can see right up, we are done, but we're going to go ahead and direct to what is it? OLED? OLED. That's where we want to go. So let me go ahead and program that in there right now. So I'm going to go from right up to OLED. There we go. Execute. That's the end of that. Yep, I like that. That's cool. You guys can land runway 11. I'll be over the top at about 4,000 feet. It'd be awesome. No problems. And then we'll go ahead and get squared away for a descent. HUD is important right now. 240 on the speed. As we get approaching into the airport, we should start slowing down even more to 210. When we hit that 15 nautical mile ring, we'll start down 210, really on that downwind leg. But you couldn't pick a better day for this to happen.
We have begun our final descent into Louisiana. Flight attendants will be passing through the cabin to collect any trash one final time. Please ensure tray tables are stowed and seats are in the full upright position. Please also store any carry-on items either in the seat back pocket or under the seat in front of you.
Gooks to
Please complete all Wi-Fi related tasks and stow any larger electronics.
There you go. You could catch a football game too. There, sweet. Everything is broken in New Orleans except the Saints. Well, maybe. They might be a little bit this year with our changes we made, but at least we beat them dirty birds. Sunday. Who dat? That's cool. Do you brief the cabin crew on the airplane or in the terminal before the flight? Before the flight, you would brief the cabin crew, and then you could call them. What is the reward if we guess the landing rate tonight? You'll get a good clap for me. How's that? If you guess that we're going to make the flight a cruise, even better. Because at the end of this runway is nothing but land. So we're not going to make it into a cruise. How's that? Man, this thing is slow. Okay, folks. The 700, you can't flare it. Or else you drag it. Maybe it's a flare. It's not a 700 like this, right? The 800's like that. You can't go like this. Because it'd be... And you want to keep it on ref as long as you can. So the key is power, right? We're going to keep the power in as long as I possibly can, and then I can just drop it out the last second, and then drop the piano in. Boonk! All right. Remember, the wheels are way behind you now. It's a little different than 700. It's a little longer. So next week, it'll be a coastal flight. Maybe we'll fly up to, we'll fly the shorter legs next week. I got a visual on the airport already. You see that? Straight ahead, right there. See it? See it? Right over the nose. Bink! There it is. There's the airport. And we're going to fly over the top at 8,000 feet. Perfect, right? And you guys can set up for runway 11 if you want. That's no problem. But I'm going to go ahead and fly to runway 2. So nice tailwind at 7 knots right now. We got 15 minutes for an update. Oh, this is going to be a perfect storm. Watch we get down. It's weather update, 10 knots. We can land in 10 knots. We can't land at 11 knots. Okay, 10 knots is a limitation. All right, that's where we're at. Runway 2. Oh, you're flying a runway 2. All right, let me know how it goes. Just don't get disabled on the runway, whatever you do for me. That would be very bad. All right, so we got OLED, 077 degrees, 2,000 feet. Then we'll go to Royal is the initial fix. Pavi will hit 2,000 feet. So I'm going to go ahead and set that right now to 2,000 feet. We're going to drop the HUD down. We're going to fly the HUD all the way in visual, and then we'll get it all established and stuff like that. I'm going to start slowing the aircraft down here shortly once we're past it. Nice. What I could do, I mean, you could slam dunk it, but I don't want to do that. We're way high, 7,000 feet on a slam dunk. Our vertical bearing would be insane right now. Let's see what that looks like. Our vertical bearing would be way high to do that. I don't think that would be very smart. Something tells me it wouldn't be smart. That's Royal. But if we wanted to put, let's have some fun. I'm kidding. I won't do this, but of course, it won't do that waypoint. There we go. Look at that. Look at the vertical bearing right now. 7. That's insane, right? That's just stupid. It's got to get down to like below 5 before we even think about doing a slam dunk approach. And I could keep it tight. Yeah, all right. I'm going to go vertical speed, folks. We're going to take over a little bit because this is just killing me right now. So we're going to go ahead and go a little faster. We're going to slow the aircraft down to 210 on the speed, flap up maneuvering speed, whatever comes first. And that's our flap up maneuvering speed, so that's perfect. So we're going to start descending in just a little bit because I'm not going to go 15 nautical miles out. We'll cut it at Royal, we'll cut it right back in, and we'll be done. Okay, so if we could descend down to 2,000 quicker, we can get there, drop the gear, slow this thing down, we'll be in good shape. Now, I'm not even being really aggressive on it. I could. Here comes the speed brakes. I'll drop the speed brakes a little bit. I don't want to put those out the rest of the flight, but we're going to have to. Look at all these shipping. Yeah, she definitely doesn't want to come down and slow down. It's just like an 800. An 800, I call the 800 a freight train because it just does not want to stop. So, at least in the air. When it's on the ground, it does a pretty good job, but in the air, it does not. So we'll play it by ear. Let's take a look at a vertical bearing. We're still at 7. That's not going to work. That's okay. We're okay to extend it. I just don't want to extend it too much, so let's just start slowing it down. Oh, we got an aircraft in front of us, too, so even if I wanted to slam dunk it, I couldn't do it. Because we're going to follow that aircraft. I got a visual on them.
Northern traffic. Southwest 278 is 13 miles south, inbound for runway 2.
Yeah, New Orleans traffic, we see that traffic there. We're going to go ahead and follow you. You see him right there? He's out the nose. I got a visual on him. Yeah, that wouldn't be nice. I did it to Patrick once. Coming in DC. Where was that? Baltimore, Patrick? He was on final. I'm like, I'm cutting him off. I didn't even do it. The ATC, air traffic control, did it. Could you do a slam dunk? I'm like, can I do a slam dunk? Yes, let's do it. What you got? That's beautiful. All right, I am going to extend a little bit just because we don't want to eat him alive. If I turned right now, it wouldn't be a good thing for him. So we're just going to wait. Where he gets a beam of us, and we can go ahead and do it. We can cut a little bit, shave a little bit of time off this thing. Where'd he go? There he is, I assume. We'll extend and then we'll turn, okay? Okay, heading select coming in. I'm not worried about the speed, folks. New Orleans traffic, southwest 3032. Turning base, runway 2. Number 2, New Orleans. Like I said, we're going to cut this down a little bit. We're going to go below at about 1,600. Flaps 5. 170 on the speed. about you, but that looks high to me. Okay, watch the speed just die right now. It's got the flap in there at 5. We got the speed brakes down. Look at the speed dropping. Love it when a plan comes together. 1600. This is coming in good. Really at Pavi, we should still be at 2000 until we hit Pavi, so we're doing great. All right, speed brakes coming in. All right, let the aircraft fly. We're going to go ahead and start our turn here shortly. We're not going to go any lower than this. We should be about 2000. I did a little bit below the profile, just because. Let's go about 30-degree cut in. We'll cut that 30-degree in, and we should be good to go. New Orleans traffic, Southwest 3032, turning final, runway 2, New Orleans. Forgot where we're going.
And New Orleans traffic, 278 is also on final, runway 2.
Okay, we're about 6 miles out, looking good, hammer. We're a little low. That's okay, we're going to get back.
And Jason, I'll get off the runway as quickly as I can. Ah,
you're good, you got plenty of room. The airplane keeps descending. We're going to be eating grass. So I'm watching them. We're a little low. I screwed that up a little bit. I should have stayed about 2,000 feet to the intercept. That was my fault. But we're not going to throw any more drag in there. We're just going to keep it. I could slow it down just a touch more for them. But I'm going to hold right there. Actually, I don't want to throw any more drag in there. Let's see it. What is it going to do for us? Ooh, look at this. All right, it's going to turn it in. There we go. Nice and good. So Pavi should be 2,000, but we really won't descend yet. I got a visual on the airport. Alright, here it comes. I'm going to go ahead and throw the lights down. This is the one less thing I have to do. Taxi lights are on. Getting ready for the gear drop. And I'm going to go zero out on the altitude right now. So I'm going to zero out that altitude window. That is done. Should catch 2,000. It's going to hold that.
270 is clear of the runway. Burned up my brakes, but clear of the runway.
I'm sure you did. Gear down. Flap 15. Slow to 15 speed right now. There we go. Flap 15. Set the speed brakes. Speed brake armed. Gear is down. We should be intercepting here shortly. Coming in. Got an aircraft coming in at 2,600. And New Orleans traffic, Southwest 3032 on final. Runway short final, about 5 miles. Runway 2. Okay, let's go ahead. Set it up. Flap 25. Flap 30. 141 on the speed. We're going to go to okay, my airplane's straight across the board. Flap 40. Kept me high. I'll see if we can recover from this. If not, we're in deep doo-doo. Oh, look at that. The wind just shifted to 16. You can see how the speed is, but I'm just going to pitch the nose down. We're going to get a sync rate alert. That's fine. I know what I'm doing right now. I got a visual on the airplane. I'm going to come on the brake, on the speed. I'm going to arrest that descent rate. I'm going to pitch that thing up. There we go. That's going to help bring the nose up a little bit. Now we're on profile again. We're still a little bit on the high side, so I'm just going to start correcting speed because I know we're below ref. So we're just going to correct speed. Flap 40 set. Speed brake is armed, gear down, and it is green. Go ahead and correcting speed. There we go. Right on ref, sir. We're on profile, on speed, and we're doing good. 1,000, about 250. Just keep that speed in there. I'm gonna hold that right there.
50. 30.
Idle.
10.
All right, I'm going to turn some, try to get back on center line a little bit. I've got a little bit of a crosswind correction in there just in case. All right, about 80 knots, 70 knots, 60 knots. I got the plane out of reversers. Welcome to New Orleans, folks. That landed okay. I mean, I don't know what it was on the Swatch watch there, but it felt okay.
The local time is
What was the rate on that?
10:24 a.m. and it's currently about 81 degrees.
It's an ugly approach, but we recovered, that's for sure.
Please remain seated until the aircraft
That's what happens when you let the autopilot fly sometimes.
Remember to
Stupidness.
use caution when opening the overhead bins, as items may have been
Welcome to
during
New
the flight.
Orleans,
Thank you
folks.
for flying with us.
And I forgot to do the thing again. I'm sorry. I always forget that. You got to remind me. Do this and this. I can turn that off now. How was that? Was that hard? I don't know. I couldn't tell. More than that, I think we landed on the right on the nose, right on the button. I don't care about the rate.
Crossing runway 11 on taxiway Sierra for September.
1, 2, 3. Okay, that's good. We're going to go ahead and shut off the heat. Let's shut off the probe. Let's go ahead and pull my charts. How we do? Did anybody get the rate we landed at? I mean, where we landed? I don't care about the rate as much as where. Could I go down hotel? Son of a gun. Alright, we'll go down Gulf and then we'll turn in. New Orleans traffic, southwest 3032, clear of the runway 2. Well, that was fun. I enjoyed that. I love getting a curveball thrown at us sometimes. Makes it interesting. And that's the real life, you know. You expect one thing, you go, oh, we're going to go runway 11. No, we're not. Cool. Pretty smooth stuff here. All right, let's go to Bravo 5 it is. Look at the APU rolling right now. Now this is all new scenery. This is from, I believe, Latin VFR did the scenery. I don't see any gates. That really sucks. That's a GSX thing. I'm going to have to tell GSX not to use this. I wonder if I could do that now. Probably not, because it's running. Could you do that in the Sims running? Tell it to probably not. I think you got to shut the sim off. If I'm not mistaken. I do apologize though. We have to set up some gates. That's the old terminal over there. I'm going to Bravo 5, which is on the other side of this thing.
No, I tried to find what's on the floor. I'm thinking on the side of the floor.
Cool bones. Cool bones. I think the aircraft flew all right. I mean, it flies like an 800, folks. I mean, for sure, no doubt. You got to be on top of it. With obviously, you saw what happened on the descent profile. It could catch you, but other than that, I'm in 3. 3 is good enough for anyone. It's a Southwest gate. We're going to use it. The gates are not here. That's a real shame. I'm going to have to go and check all that. Throw that off. Stop the brakes right there. Go ahead and set the brakes. Brakes are set. APU online. A little far on the line, but that's okay. Welcome to New Orleans. Cool. That's off. We'll go ahead and shut it down and do our thing. Very nice flight indeed. Parked at the gate. Yeah, that was fun. I think we have more than one incident to choose from. All right, let's see what ACARS did. What did ACARS say we did? 91 feet? Is that true? Did we land at 91 feet a minute, folks? Where did we land? I'm going to have to watch this again because that's what I care about. Did we land on the buttons or no? I got to keep one on because the EPU is there. Seatbelt sign's coming off. Passengers kind of don't like that when they have to sit in the seat when the plane stopped. Something about that where it's like, get me off of this thing. All right, packs are off. That's off. And then you would throw this on the other side for the next flight. All right, let's go ahead and set our chocks in there, and we are going to deplane, if you will. And it looks like I can't set the gates, only because I have to do that on GSX. Maybe I can. I don't know. I don't think I can. I have to let it know it's got gates here. So let me see. GSX settings you do. Custom airport position. Medium. How's a BGL gate? Okay, yeah. So I'm going to have to tell it it has a gate. So I'm going to use GSX gates for this when we get there. Can't do it right now, though. All right, that's it. One thing I will do, though, so I can shut this thing down, is go to ground services. We're going to request the ground power and the air cart, and then we'll request the boarding. Let's see what it does.
The boarding requested.
Sure. Ground service is there. They're arriving. I'm going to go ahead and connect to power. APU is coming off. No point in keeping the fuel burning for no reason. Okay, let's go outside. Super cool. You know, I'm pleasantly surprised. The 800 flew okay. No problem. I mean, it flies like an 800. Just letting you know, it's slippery. It's a freight train. But other than that, what the heck? Is that an air bottle start on there? I don't want that. I don't want an air start. You know, an air conditioning. Okay. Cool. What do you think? All my cameras are on. I don't know why.
Passengers, the boarding starting.
Good stuff. Very nice flight. Good. Do pilots get paid while taxiing, or is it only for airtime? Nope, they get paid while taxiing. When they set their park brake, shut down the engines, that's the end of that. They won't get flight time, but they'll get paid for about, some airlines are different. They'll get ground pay for like 15, 20 minutes. Some airlines do 30 minutes. When your flight duty's over, essentially. Look at the passengers. They're walking in the middle of nowhere. That's pretty cool. I'll get gates on here next time. Gotta love it. All right. Well, folks, I hope you enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun. I just got to make sure that I've done everything properly. I have, which is good. Hopefully you had fun. You learned something. I sure did. I love these fast flights. Are really awesome. They're really, really fun for me. Hopefully they're fun for you as well. Next week, what do you want to do next week before you log off? And then we can have a quick chat on where you want to go. How's that? And I'm going to catch up on your comments. I think we've got everything. Everything is broken. I read that. Baton Rouge. I read that. I think we've caught up on all of the... Yep. And I showed you a resolutionary advisory. The only thing I didn't do is really pull aggressive. I probably should have pulled a little harder on that, but I kind of saw visual. So, anyway. Look at the winds went 110.6. Nice. Not that bad. I was expecting a lot worse, but it wasn't that bad. All right. What are we doing next week? Anything before we end here? Country boy, flyboy, Key West. Hope to fly with you again. Yes, where do you want to go? That's up to you. We could do. We could start. We can start. We could start a coastal flight. We're in Miami right now, so I flew it actually from St. Thomas back to Miami. So we could go from Miami to where's that airport? It's up in the Carolinas somewhere. Myrtle Beach. We could do a two-legger. We can go Miami, Myrtle Beach up to Charleston, which is awesome. That's a fun airport to fly into. You guys will love that airport. Why don't we do that? We could do that, or it depends. How about this? I'll find out. It could be, because if I fly it up this week, I might even try to fly it back down to get you to, we could do a round robin and go Miami to Key West and back to Miami. That's a fun haul too. That's a 40-minute flight both ways. It's pretty cool. You're trying to kill me or something? Go to Key West. It's fun. You want to talk about fun? That is a fun one. Yeah, we should do it. Okay, we'll figure it out. I'll get it posted. Just take a look at it. By the way, thanks for watching. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. That's a lot of fun. And comment below on how you think the flight went. And that's the end of this. Until next time, keep the blue side up and the brown side down. I hope you have a great week. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out on Friday night. We'll see you folks soon. Ciao.